Have you ever wondered if it's possible to completely shake off the burden of past mistakes? Let's delve into a topic that is as universal as life itself. Mistakes. Yes, we've all been there, haven't we? That moment when you wish you could rewind time and make a different choice. The aftermath of a mistake can be a cocktail of guilt, regret, or shame. These feelings can weigh heavily on us, like a backpack filled with stones, each stone representative of a past mistake. But let's pause for a moment and consider this. Mistakes are a part of life. They are the uninvited guests at the party of life, arriving unexpectedly and leaving behind a mess. But they are also the teachers who show up unannounced, ready to impart lessons of wisdom and growth. Everyone has their share of mistakes, just as every rose has its thorns. Picture yourself in a vast field with countless others. Each person is carrying their own backpack of stones, some heavier than others, but all weighted down by their own past mistakes. You are not alone in this. The weight of past mistakes is a universal burden, a shared human experience. Yet it's important to remember that these mistakes, these stones, are not anchors. They shouldn't tether us to the past or prevent us from moving forward. Instead, they can serve as stepping stones, guiding us towards change and growth. Mistakes are not permanent stains on the canvas of life. They are temporary marks that can be painted over with the colors of learning, growth, and resilience. So instead of running away from our mistakes or hiding them under layers of denial, we need to face them head-on. We need to embrace them, learn from them, and ultimately let them go. Mistakes are the soil from which wisdom grows. They are the road signs that redirect us when we've lost our way. They are the stepping stones that lead us to become better versions of ourselves. So the next time you find yourself weighed down by the burden of past mistakes, remember this. Mistakes are not the end, they are the beginning. They are the first step towards change, towards growth, towards a better tomorrow. Remember, the first step to overcoming past mistakes is acknowledging them. Now that we've acknowledged our past mistakes, it's time to recognize and understand them. Embarking on this journey requires sincerity, introspection, and a willingness to delve into the uncomfortable. Recognizing our mistakes is about more than simply admitting we were wrong. It's about understanding the nature of the mistake. Was it a lapse in judgment, a failure to consider the consequences? Or perhaps it was a moment of weakness? Identifying the root cause helps us understand why the mistake happened in the first place. Let's not shy away from the fact that our mistakes can lead to unfortunate situations. They can cause damage, pain, and regret, but they can also serve as a catalyst for change and growth. Every misstep is an opportunity to learn and evolve. So, turn the lens of scrutiny onto your past errors. Take a journey down the winding road of your actions and their consequences. Ask yourself, what did this mistake teach me? Was it a lesson in humility, patience, or perseverance? Did it reveal a flaw in your character that you need to address? Or did it show you a new perspective that you hadn't considered before? Remember, these lessons are not punishments. They are gifts wrapped in the guise of missteps. They are the stepping stones to becoming a better version of yourself. Moreover, understanding your mistakes also involves acknowledging the impact they've had on others. This can be a hard pill to swallow, as it requires us to face the discomfort of having caused harm or inconvenience. However, it's a necessary step towards making amends and moving forward. So, as you reflect on your past errors, don't just gloss over them. Dive deep, understand their roots, acknowledge their lessons, and feel their impact. This is not about dwelling on the past, but about learning from it and using it as a springboard for growth. Understanding your mistakes is a crucial step towards growth and self-improvement. Embrace this process with an open mind and a willing spirit, and you'll find that the path to a better you is paved with the wisdom gleaned from your past mistakes. Scene script: once we've recognized and understood our mistakes, what's the next step? It's forgiving ourselves. Imagine carrying a heavy backpack filled with stones. Each stone represents a mistake, a regret, an error in judgment. Now, imagine the relief of unburdening yourself, removing each stone one by one. That's the power of self-forgiveness. We often hold ourselves to a higher standard, and when we fall short, we punish ourselves mercilessly. But the truth is, everyone makes mistakes. It's an integral part of being human, an important step in the journey of growth and development. Let's shift the perspective. Instead of viewing mistakes as failures, let's see them as opportunities to learn, to evolve, to become better versions of ourselves. Self-compassion is key here. It's about treating ourselves with the same kindness and understanding that we would extend to a friend in the same situation. Why is self-forgiveness so important? Because without it, we remain stuck, chained to our past errors, unable to move forward. Unforgiven mistakes become mental obstacles, hindering our progress and robbing us of the joy and peace we deserve. But how do we forgive ourselves? It starts with acknowledging our mistake, feeling the associated guilt or regret, and then intentionally deciding to let it go. It's about saying, yes, I messed up, yes, it hurt, but I choose not to let this define me. I choose to learn from it and move on. Self-forgiveness doesn't mean forgetting the mistake. It doesn't excuse the error or absolve us of the responsibility. It simply means that we don't let our past mistakes dictate our future actions. We allow ourselves the freedom to make better choices, to grow, to evolve. So take a deep breath. Look yourself in the mirror and say, I forgive you. Because you deserve compassion, you deserve understanding, and most importantly, you deserve forgiveness. Remember, forgiving yourself is not about forgetting the mistake, but about moving forward without the burden of self-blame. With self-forgiveness comes the opportunity to make amends. This is the juncture where you take the brave stride forward, not just to mend what has been broken, but to build bridges where none existed before. Making amends is a step that can feel daunting, but it's an integral part of the journey towards self-improvement. Imagine this. You've acknowledged your mistakes, and you've forgiven yourself. Now it's time to make things right with those who were caught in the crossfire of your past errors. This could mean offering a heartfelt apology to someone you've wronged, or it could mean taking concrete actions to rectify your missteps. You might help repair the damage you caused, or perhaps you might strive to prevent similar mistakes from happening in the future. Making amends is not about groveling or seeking forgiveness from others. It's about acknowledging the impact of your actions and taking responsibility for them. It's about extending that olive branch, not because you have to, but because it's the right thing to do. Now, it's important to remember that making amends isn't always possible, or even necessary. There may be situations where reaching out to someone from your past could cause more harm than good, or cases where the person isn't accessible or open to your attempt at amends. In these instances, it's crucial to remember that the act of making amends is as much about your personal growth as it is about rectifying past wrongs. It's about showing that you've learned from your mistakes and are committed to doing better. Making amends is also about closure. It's about putting the past to rest, not by forgetting it, but by acknowledging it, learning from it, and then letting it go. It's about transforming the hurt and regret into wisdom and strength. So, as you embark on this journey of making amends, remember that it's not a sprint, but a marathon. It's a process that requires patience, courage, and a whole lot of empathy. And most importantly, it's a process that's not about erasing the past, but about creating a better future. Making amends is not about erasing the past, it's about creating a better future. We've acknowledged, understood, forgiven, and made amends. Now it's time to move forward. These past mistakes, they're not anchors holding you back. They're not weights around your ankles, dragging you down. Instead, envision them as stepping stones on the path of your life, lessons that guide your journey. Each misstep, each stumble, each fall, they're not marks of failure. They are opportunities for growth, for personal development, for understanding. They are the forge in which your character is tempered, the chisel that sculpts your resilience. Each past mistake has the potential to be a profound teacher, offering lessons in patience, in courage, in empathy. They help us to grow, to evolve, to become better versions of ourselves. So don't look back in regret, but look forward in anticipation. Use these lessons learned from your past to navigate your future with wisdom and grace.